Some jobs aren't meant to be worked alone at night. Some places aren't meant to be empty. David, a quiet and reserved man in his early 30s, takes a job as a night shift custodian for a corporate office building. The pay is good, and he enjoys the solitude. No nagging bosses, no noisy coworkers, just an empty space and his tasks. But the building has a reputation. The third floor specifically is said to be off limits at night. Management never gives a real reason, just a firm rule: don't go to the third floor after 11 p.m. David scoffs at the superstition. Ghost stories don't pay the bills. One night, his shift starts as usual. He mops floors, empties trash cans, and listens to a podcast to pass the time. Around 2 a.m., the power flickers. The motion sensor lights in the hallway begin turning on and off, one by one, as if something is moving just ahead of him. Then, the elevator dings. David didn't call it. He watches as the doors slide open to reveal nothing. He dismisses it as a malfunction, but when he glances at the panel, his stomach tightens. The button for the third floor is lit. A voice, distorted, whispery, hums through the intercom. Going up. David steps back. The doors close, but instead of descending, the elevator begins rising. To the third floor, the doors open, revealing a dimly lit hallway. Unlike the other floors, the third floor is wrong. The air is thick, the walls seem too dark, and the layout feels slightly off. Like the whole space is a distorted version of itself. David sees office cubicles, but the desks are covered in old, yellowed papers. The computers are the boxy kind from the 90s. It's like a preserved time capsule. A scratching sound echoes from deeper inside, then a whisper, "You're not supposed to be here." David spins around. No one's there. The fluorescent lights begin flickering violently. Shadows stretch across the walls, too long, too thin, moving on their own. Then he hears it, soft, wet footsteps approaching. He turns the corner and sees himself. A figure identical to him stands at the end of the hallway, grinning too widely, eyes completely black. It tilts its head, whispering, "Take my place." David stumbles backward, heart pounding. The air grows thick, suffocating, as the doppelganger starts walking toward him. Its movements jerky, unnatural, like a puppet on tangled strings. Desperate, David dashes back to the elevator, slamming the button. The doppelganger is closer. Its face distorts, stretching unnaturally, whispering in his own voice, "Stay, stay, stay." The elevator dings. The doors open. David lunges inside and hammers the close button. As the door slides shut, the last thing he sees is his double, standing perfectly still, watching him leave. As the elevator descends, a single whisper leaks through the speakers. "See you tomorrow."